Hey y'all, this is Pam at Pink Dragonfly Wings with our last Wondrous Wednesday video of March. Today is Thursday. It's going to be our makeup day. And then tomorrow you'll have the video for the preview videos for the drawing for March. So, what we're going to do today is I'm going to show you how to make 3 decorative paper clips. Okay, so we have this one. Very cute. Decorated as well on the back. It just slips right onto your page. However you want to, if you want to do it on the top or if you want to do it on the side, however. Okay, we have that one. This one is a hidden paper clip. So it has, let's see if I can find a piece of paper here. And you just open that up and slide it on that way. And you have a pretty little dragonfly and a decorative. You could decorate the back if you want. I chose to, for this, leave it blank because I like the pretty flowers and stuff on that piece of paper. So we're going to do that one. And then this is just a regular little paper clip with a snippet on it because y'all know how I love snippets. And I thought maybe we might put a little, my little pearls moved over a little bit. He needs to be in the middle. I may put a little something down here when we get ready to decorate in a little bit. So let's get started. Those are our 3 paper clips. These 3 paper clips will be in the drawing. And so you'll get those 3. And let's see how they're made. Let's start by getting stringies out. Okay. Now then, we've got this one, and just for time's sake on the video, I decided to go ahead and cut, and on this hidden one, let's do it first. I don't have a piece of, oh, yes, there's my piece of pink. I'm looking everywhere for my piece of pink, and I'm like, where did it go? Well, it's right here. Okay, so this little piece of pink we're going to start with. This is our base. It is 6 inches long. It is 2 inches wide. So you can make it any length you want, any width you want. You can make them long and skinny. You can make them shorter and cut it off and make it a square. However you want to do it is fine. But I just chose to make it 6 inches. This one is just a piece of lighter weight. It's lighter than cardstock, but not as light as regular copy paper. So it's somewhere in between, but sort of a nice weight of printed scrapbook paper, for lack of a better word. So this one is about 5 3/4 inches. 5 3/4 inches by about 1 3/4. So what I wanted to do is I'm going to lay this on top of here, and I just want there to be a little pink border around on all sides. So what we're going to do first is we're going to ink up the edges of this. And I'm just using Vintage Photo, my go-to. You could use any color. You could use black. You could use pink, purple, green, whatever color suits your fancy. And I am going to go ahead and ink the top. You really don't have to. It's not going to show. And I do go ahead and do the inside. Just because This one is going to be open, and you could see inside, and I want it to be pretty as well. So I'm going to go ahead and ink the inside of that as well. And then I have my little topper. I'm going to go ahead and now this one you don't have to necessarily ink on the inside because we're going to glue it down to that pink one. And it's not going to show. It's not going to fold open. But this one will. So that's your choice. If you like to ink or you don't, then you can make the choice for what you want to do. All right. So the first thing that we're going to do is we're going to take this little piece right here. And we're going to put, I thought I had some paper clips out here. Put our paper clip on it. We're going to leave it sticking out just a little bit, just for a few minutes. We're going to take our colored one, and you can do it on this side if it's easier to see. Use your craft knife, and in the center, on this fold, where the fold is, we are going to cut a little slit big enough for that paper clip to go through. I don't think I inked the top of this, so let me do that real quick, because sometimes when you fold cardstock, geez, boy, I'm having a hard time today. Scrapbook paper, it will kind of break, and so I wanted that to be covered. So we're going to take this paper clip and insert it in that hole and pull it out so you can see what you're doing. You can work with it. Make sure you get, we're not going to worry about it right now, but make sure you get your paper down far enough. And then we're going to take a little piece of this just because it matches. This has pink flowers and purple flowers and all this kind of cool, pretty stuff. And it's ruffledy on the edges, and it's just awesome. This is Sari Silk. It is recycled sari dresses. And you can buy it lots of places. I buy mine online, but just mainly because we live in a little bitty town, and about all we have access to is Walmart. So I'm going to tie that, and I'm going to cut this kind of more at a, well, that's not a very good cut. Well, I don't know. Maybe I shouldn't have tried to cut it, but there we go. All right, put that in our nubbin bucket. Now then, we're going to pull this really tight down here on the end, and then I'm going to take just a little daub of glue and put right here at the top of this paper clip, and then pull the ribbon really tight and let it sit for just a second. That will cover up the top of that paper clip there. You won't be able to see it. Then we're going to take it and push it all the way down so that your ribbon looks like it's sitting on the top of this piece of paper. Okay? Now then, we're going to glue. Make sure it's centered the way you want it. And we're going to glue this page. Your paper clip is inside here. We're going to glue this all around, and then put a little bit of extra glue here on this paper clip just to kind of help hold it so that it won't go anywhere. And then very carefully, we're going to, as close as we can, we're going to fold it down and glue that. Now, the Fabri-Tac does give you a few seconds, I mean very few seconds, to make sure that you've got it even. And of course I did not, but that's okay. I'm cool with crooked because most of my life is crooked. We're going to turn it over and we're going to repeat the same process. Now this is a really simple little paper clip to make, and they're so pretty. And then make sure your back is centered. Don't assume. Make sure and look at it. Okay? So we have our paper clip here. You're going to open this and slide that in, and your paper clip. You have it decorated on both sides. Or not. You could leave it like that. It's very pretty the way that it is. It would be very pretty to take maybe a glitter pen and go around the leaves or the flowers to kind of highlight that a little bit. And then just leave it. But we can't do that. So what we have is these two little dragonflies. I put it on a piece of pink paper, and then I put it on a piece of paper. I need to maybe go to speech school today. A piece of paper to match this. And we're going to just real quickly fussy cut these out. And what I did is I stamped it on a piece of cardstock, just like this cardstock. And I used embossing powder. And I don't know what I did with that particular shade of embossing powder. Who knows? We may have, who knows? I don't know what I did with it when I got done with it. Maybe. Anyway, I thought I'd left it out here, but I didn't. So, but it's just a very pale pink. It's almost sort of a beigey, whitey color. And we'll cut this out. And then I embossed it, heated it yesterday when I was practicing. And I thought, well, I'm gonna, since I'm making 3 paper clips, I didn't want the video to be terribly long. Of course, I get a little long-winded and they become long, and there we go. So this one is going to go on the bottom. It's going to kind of be our shadow butterfly or dragonfly, I guess, for lack of a better term. I seem to also be having a hard time cutting today too. Of course, I know I've been saying ever since I've been making these videos that I need to go get my eyes checked. And one of these days I am going to go and do that. And that will probably help my cutting tremendously. So I can see a little better. Let's see here. And then I don't know how these people that do this fussy cutting do it so fast, and they just move their little paper in and out and in and out, and it just cuts, and mine just doesn't work that way. Okay, so this one will be a little easier to cut because the paper is a little thinner. And this is going to be our top dragonfly that we're going to use as a decoration. Now you could use anything. You could use a button. You could use a charm. You could use lace, whatever you want to use on here as your decoration. You can decorate it just like you would any other little piece of ephemera. So you can use ribbons and buttons and sparkles and all kinds of stuff. But I wanted to do, since my store is Pink Dragonfly Wings, I thought it would be really cool to have a little pinkish dragonfly. So that's what I decided to do. And I embossed embossed both in the same color. You could alternate colors. You could make it a brighter color. You could use gold or silver. We're going to do one in a minute that we're going to make with some really pretty gold, and I'll show you how to do that. All right, so what we're going to do is we're going to ink the edges a little bit, because if we don't, it's going to blend in with the background, and so we don't want it to blend in. We want it to accent but not blend. So we're just going to ink around a little bit. Doesn't have to be inked exactly, just to kind of give a little shading to our little dragonfly body. And then we are going to glue this one completely down, flat. Okay? So we'll use our art glitter glue here, and we're going to glue it completely down. I think I need to clean my little nubbin out a little bit. I did have to open up a new bottle of glue because the other one just really kind of got gross. I used ink and I had ink all over it. It just kind of looked dirty and gross. So I got a new bottle because I'd used that one for a couple of years. So I think I got my use out of that. So we're going to take this and we're going to center it and kind of just lay it flat. Now then, on this one, we're also going to ink, once again, just to accent. Doesn't have to be fancy, doesn't have to be a lot, just a little bit. Kind of defines the edge just a little bit. And basically what we're inking is the paper around the embossing powder that I used. And then a little bit on there, but not too much. Okay? Now we're going to take these wings and we're going to right here at the body, and we're going to kind of bend it and then kind of fold them up. Bend this one, fold it up. And then we are only going to put glue on the feelers and the body, not the wings. And we're going to lay it right on top of this one. There we go. And then if you could use it for however you want to use it, but for ours, and of course, once we put it in our book, it's going to flatten, but that's okay. That's okay. And then I have these little bitty, I got these little bitty rhinestones. They're not self-adhesive. That kind of sucks, but they're small, and they come in 3, 4, 5, 6 different sizes, and they're fingernail rhinestones that you can use when you're decorating your fingernails. And so I think I got them on Wish or somewhere, but they work really nicely because of the sizes. And I'm going to use these little tweezer things, even though I don't use them very well, but these are so tiny, and they give us just enough glitter, just enough to know that it's there. Now that glue will dry around it. We'll get one more, and then I get 10. These little tweezers, and I just, now, that's all I'm going to put on there as far as rhinestones. You can put them on the wings, you can put them all kinds. This little stamp that I have, has some little circles here that you could put them in that. That would be cool too. I do have some rhinestone ribbon type stuff. I keep everything right here by my, let's see, I don't think that color will work. I do have some pink. That's a little bright, but we can use this pink. It's a little prettier shade, and if I can figure out, I haven't even used this one. I got several colors of this when I bought it, and I haven't used the pink one yet. That surprises me as much as I like pink. Alrighty, so we'll take, I think we'll take 2 and put one on the other one too, because I didn't put anything on the bottom of that. Okay, now, I know I don't see well, but where did that go? I thought I cut that off. I know I cut it off. I don't know. Oh, it stuck to my scissors. Well, at least then. I thought I was in the Twilight Zone or something. Okay. So we'll put that right back down there. And right, I think these are individual. No, I think they come in a row. So we're gonna take this row and put it right down in the corner, just for a little bit of extra bling. And then we have a little paper clip. Oh, this one I put a little doily. So maybe we can put this one up here. There we go. Add a little extra bling to that. So this one will definitely be in the drawing. And we have a paper clip finished. Now I did put a doily out here, so we could maybe come back and put a doily in. And that would be kind of cool to have it hanging off a little bit. But I think this one will be mine, so I'll just leave it like this, and I think that's plenty. So we have one done. Now then, this one, let's see, this is the one that goes over here. This is the one we're going to make next. And this one is really, really cool. Now, I had a paper clip here that had these dangles on it. And I thought, I'm going to try this. I sell these paper clips in my shop at www.pinkdragonflywings.com. And I have them in all kinds of colors and all kinds of cool things. This one has a little gold dragonfly on it, of course, and a little fairy sitting in a moon. And I thought, that will match these papers really well. So, I've only made that one. So, bear with me, have patience, and we're going to see how this works. All right, so we're going to start here, and you measure. This is a 2-inch paper clip, more or less. If they say it's 2 inches, it's really about 7/8, 1 7/8. But it works. Cut your paper, measure it so that you will be able to see this nubbin, this hook down here, as well as this hook at the top. And we're going to lay it down even with the edge of our paper clip. Okay? And then we're going to fold it over, and we want it to be snug. We don't want it to be extremely tight, but we do want it to be snug. And then get my little bone folder here and edge it up here at the top. And then we're going to turn it over and fold it one more time. You really don't even have to have the paper clip in here to do it this second time, but that works. Take your paper clip out, and we're going to fold this over and cut it right next. We don't want it to go up to the edge because then it's going to wear. We want it to be ever so slightly down a little bit so that it doesn't interfere with our edge. Okay, so we have a little piece of that like yay. And you could measure that and cut a whole bunch of them. It's a really cool paper clip to use for little leftovers, little scraps. I'm trying to think of the word. All right, so we're going to do this. We're going to glue it down. Make sure our tops are even. And we're going to glue it down right out here on this side after I poke it with my needle again. Like I said, I'm real bad about not putting that needle back in there, but it just takes so much time. And so we're going to glue this really well and fold it down. Now, I saw several people make these online, and I just thought they were so cool. But everybody does them a little bit different. So now you have a little tube, and your paper clip is going to fit down in that tube. But before we do that, we're going to kind of round off these edges a little bit. You don't have to do this part. It just makes it a little more uniform, I think, with the paper clip, because the paper clip is kind of rounded. And rounding is not my forte, but I tried using a little corner punch thingy, and the only one I have is my crocodile big thing here, this thing, and I just could not make this work with that. So I'm going to ink the edge. On both sides. And I'm going to put this aside just for a moment because we have to make a little piece for the back of it. So this is the little piece for the back, and it is going to cover this back, this little hook, the little sliding on thing. So we're going to do the same thing and lay it down, fold it. Kind of hard to do with these beads. These are already made, but probably it would have worked better if we'd made the paper clip and then put the beads on it. But that's not how I did it. So, and then we'll fold it over one more time. Cut it out. And glue it together. Make sure it's even. And then we're going to round our edges. Yeah, I just had a thought. I wonder if I lay that paper clip on there and just cut around that. Well, I don't know. That may be just more trouble than it's worth. So, but that might be a good idea to try sometime. And round it around. Okay. Now then, we're going to put, now I have these little these little eyelets. Jeez, maybe I need to take a nap or something. I'm just having a hard time coming up with my words today. My husband took me to lunch a while ago. It was an awesome lunch. And I think my body thinks it's nap time and doesn't want to talk. So, okay. Now on this one, I put a little butterfly eyelet here with this. And I could do that on this one as well. But I don't think I'm going to use that. And it's just an eyelet pushed into this bottom corner down here. And I may go back at another point, but right now I'm going to leave that off of this one. So what we're going to do now is we're going to add a little sparkle to this. And if I can find my little, it's hard to see. They're little, there's a little bow. Well, good gravy. Oh, here they are. They're little dandelion leaves. And we're going to put that on these little things here. Okay. So I'm going to put them in my embossing ink. And I'm just going to put them on here. It doesn't matter how. There's no pattern. There's no rhyme, no reason. We're going to just put it on there. And then we'll do the same on the little one. Okay. And then I have this embossing powder, and it is called Enchanted Gold. It is made by Ranger, and it kind of has gold and glitter, so it's really cool. This in here, if I can see. We'll get this one. Ooh. Okay. Kind of. I have not done embossing on camera before, so I wanted to let y'all kind of see how I do that. And it just heated up, and you'll be able to see it when it starts melting. It does not take very long at all. Okay, there we go. Now, on the little one, I'm not going to do anything to the back of it because it's not going to show. But I am going to do another one or two on the back of the bigger one, because you will be able to see at the top. And I want it to be pretty too. Let's see. Okay. Put that aside. lines again. Get my dreaded tweezers. Shake off as much of the excess as you can, because whatever is on there is going to melt. So, let's pour this back in here. It takes very little. This stuff lasts forever. Forever. All right, so we're going to take our little paper clip here and decide, and you can see how pretty that looks. I hope the camera picks that up in the light. And we're going to take our paper clip. Let's see. You know, I may have to take this dangle off. Then put the paper clip on. And then we'll put the dangle back on. Okay, it slides on and sleeve. Just the big part. Just the big part. Okay? Just the only part that goes on there. You don't stick it both in there, or it's not going to work. Well, hey, I just don't know really how to go about doing that. But I'll put that back on there in a little bit. Okay, then on this one, it goes, yep, make sure I get the right side. And it's going to slide on the little one and just cover up that area. Okay. Now then we're going to take our little bow. And this is just a little button top thing that looks like a bow, but it's flat on the back. And we can put that right up there. Okay. And then we'll get one of these. A little glue there. Even though they're self-adhesive, I still put just a little bit of glue on there to make it last a little better. Okay. We'll put our dangle back on there in a minute. That's going to take me a minute. So that's how it's going to look. Is that not precious? Okay. So we have, I put some rhinestones on this, and you know, made it look real cute on the back. I put some, we could pull this off real quick and let me show you how I did that. Let's see where I put, probably didn't want to see that anyway, did you? Okay, here's some pink, here's some purple, and here's some gold. And I thought this time I would use the gold. It's this really, really thin washi tape. So I'm going to cut the end of it off because it's kind of been sticking out for a while, and that's not too, I could probably use it because I'm going to glue it anyway. And we're going to put a little piece here and wrap it around all the way. Let's put some glue on it. Oh man, I tell ya, it's a day to day. Try to get this in the center, and That'll work. We'll fold it around this way. Put a little more glue on the back. Tack it down. And snip it off. Okay, then let's do another one. Put it right here. A little piece of glue string. Put that on here. Turn it around. Put a little more glue. Stick it down. Okay. Then we'll put one more on here. Just put that glue on the wrong side, but that's okay. You never have too much glue. Oh, actually you can. But today we're good. Wrap that around. Now you can decorate this any way that you want to. This is just a simple way for me. I've seen some that are very, very simply decorated. I've seen some that are very decorated. It depends on your project. It depends on what you like. It depends on what supplies you have. All of those kinds of things. Now then, I'm going to let that stick really good, and we'll put it back on here. Let me get that open. Slide it right back on here. And then to match the black on the front, we're going to put 3 little rhinestones on the back. Now, I did those little bitty ones on this one, and they worked great. But I think I'm going to use the next size up on this one and see how that works. So we'll get 3 little nubbins. We'll get 3 of these, and these are designed to come off in a circle, so you can lay a circle down at once. But not very often do I do that. So we'll cut 3 of these off. Put that over there. We'll do 1. And we'll do 2 and 3. These are a little bigger, so a little easier for using these silly tweezers for. I guess it's a good thing I'm not a doctor, because I just don't do these tweezer things. So there we go. So now we have the back of our paper clip, and we have the front of our paper clip. We'll put our dangle on here, and it will be awesome. Okay? But I'm not going to watch you struggle. Make you watch me struggle putting that back on there, so you'll know how it's going to look. That's our second one. So we have 2 made now. Put that one right there. And this one is the one that will be in the giveaway. So we'll put him right there. And we'll do our last one here. Now this one is pretty simple. No big deal. Does have an exposed paper clip. So keep that in mind. I had a piece of scrap here, so I'm going to cut this off. And the paper clip is 2 inches, not quite 2 inches. So if you cut the paper about 1 3/4 inches, you should have plenty, and it should fit. So 1 3/4 inches here. And then, let's see, we'll fold it on this line right here, just mainly because that's a good place. It fits, it works. Get my little bone folder, crease it down really well. Then we'll cut this off down here at the bottom. Now, you can leave it like that. You can round the corners. You can do whatever you want to with it. I'm going to put these little scallops on both sides. Both sides, front and back, are the same size. Okay. We're going to ink around the edge. No need to ink around the inside because we are going to glue it together, so it's not going to be seen. Now, you can if you want to. Sometimes I've had people tell me, even though you don't see it, if I don't do the inside, I know it's naked. And I just don't want it to be naked. So you do what you need to do. Personally, I don't really care if mine is naked or not. So you can make this however long you want to. This one's a little longer than the other one, simply because the pattern of the paper was a little different and I liked that pattern. So now, if you want your paper clip to come in from the right side, you need the big end on your left. If you want it to come in from this side, the big end needs to be on your right. Okay? So that's the only biggie thing, and it really doesn't matter. It can be however you want it to be. So we're going to slide this in on the full side. You have a full side here, and you have a partial side here. We want the full side, and we're going to slide this in between the big paper clip and the little paper clip. Okay? Just like that. You can make it narrower. You can't make it any wider because that's as wide as your paper clip's going to be. But you can certainly make it narrower. You can add an extra layer if you wanted to put an extra layer on here like this, and that would be kind of cool. In fact, let's do that. Let's take a little piece here, and we'll tear a little off of this side and make it. This is called decorating on the fly. Okay, so let's ink our edges so we can tell that there's something there. Okay, we'll fold it in half or less. I think it'll be easier to glue this on before we put it on the paper clip. So let's make sure it's going to fit. And it will. So let's ink this little crease here. Put some glue on the back of this. match up our creases here about in the center, and then just lay it down. That looks really nice, really pretty. That was a cool idea. I'm glad I found that little piece laying there. All right, so now we're going to go back and put this back in here. And then we're going to use our Fabri-Tac because we want it to really stick. And we're going to glue it together. Well, it's been a while, I guess, since I used this one. Here we go. And I'm going to put some glue right here in the crease so it will hold that paper clip. And hold it down. Put some glue in here. Make sure the edges are lined up even and glue it. Get my napkin. And then for mine, you can decorate it however you want to. But for this one, I got my little lace nubbins bucket here. Might put him on that. That would work. And let's put a couple of pieces of gauze on it, just because I like the little fringes that are on. So we'll cut us a little piece of gauze. Ouch. Cut myself. That's a little big for this little tag. Let's use this smaller piece. And just cut it. And then we want to ravel it a little bit, because the raveling is the cool stuff. That was on the end, so that one's not going to ravel too well. So, but that's okay. That's okay. Okay, so we'll ravel that just a little bit. And then we're going to fold this and my little corners. And we're going to put just a little dab on there. In the center. We'll fold the other one and put it on the center. That gauze is very, very thin, so probably won't need to have another little deal, but oh, ooh, that's pretty. Okay, let's put a piece of that. I don't know. Let's see. That's a little big. We could do that one. And then if we put this on top, I actually kind of like that one, I think, better than this one. I don't know. I think I'll stick with that one. All right, so we'll put just, wrong glue, put just a little glue on here. We're going to cut a little piece of this off. Let's use this end. Put it at a little angle there, and then put this on top of that. Okay, put our nubbin bucket out of the way. And we'll get, put some glue in the hole of the doily there, and get one this size here, and put it down in there. And you kind of pull it, and it will kind of fit right in that hole. And then you have another little paper clip. to fit on the edge of your paper. So there we go. 3 paper clips. 3 decorated paper clips made today. We made that one. We made that one. And we made that one, and we forgot to put our little strings on that one. Like here. Our little tails. There's a tail, and there's the tail. And I had this white tail on here because I wanted that on there. When I pulled on it, that's what happened to my tail for the other one. So it didn't get one. And I think that I will probably leave it off of this one for the same reason. So we'll put our little tail in here. We're not doing that because we're putting this on here. Come on, people. Help me out here. Keep me on track. That's going to go on the bottom of that. We have that one, and we have that one. 3 paper clips made today. Awesome. Okay. Please be sure, check back with me tomorrow. I hope you enjoyed what we did today. Tomorrow, I will be putting out 2 videos. One showing the 4 Magic Monday projects that will be in the Magic Monday drawing. And another video showing the Wondrous Wednesday projects. And then I will put that up, put that video up. And the following Friday, I'm going to give everybody a week. So I'm going to put it up tomorrow on Friday. A week from Friday, we will have the drawing. In order to be entered into the drawing, you must give me a comment and you must be subscribed to my channel. If you like it and all, that's cool, but I'm not going to make that a requirement. I have learned that a lot of people don't really necessarily like to like videos. So that's cool. I can understand that. I understand why. That just gives you another tracking thing. But I do want you to make a comment. It can be a comment about the projects. It can be a comment about the weather. It can be, hey, I like the video. Hey, whatever you want to write. But just a little simple, let's try this a little bit more of this way. I hope that that didn't interfere too much with the video. So hopefully it'll be okay. So anyway, I will see you tomorrow when we do the preview videos. I hope you enjoyed everything. Next time. Bye-bye. Okay, I'm back and I'm going to add a little addendum to this video here. I got ready to put the paper clip, put the dangle back on this paper clip, and I could not do it with the dangle already on the paper clip because of the way this is positioned back here on the back. What did I do with my little back? Let's put him back on here so you can see what I did. Okay. So what I did was I did go back and put an eyelet in the front. This time I used a pink little butterfly, and it worked fine. And then I put the dangle on a bulb pin and put the bulb pin through there. So it's a little longer, and it didn't work exactly like I had wanted it to work, but we managed to get it to work. And so if you have your page here, and this will fit on here, it will still work just fine. It's just a little bit longer, about that much longer than it would be. If this were attached at the top, it would be maybe 3/8 of an inch shorter. But I think it still looks pretty. I think I like it. You can put your paper clip on at the top. You can put it over here at the side, and it works fine. Do it like that, and it works, and it's still very pretty, very functional. So I wanted to give you the update because I did tell you that I sell these in my store, and I didn't want somebody to buy these purposefully thinking you could use it to make this paper clip, because you'll have to take that dangle off, and you wouldn't have to put an eyelet here if you don't have an eyelet setter. You could just take this bulb pin, if I can see to get the silly thing off now. Well, goodness gracious. Let me get another bulb pin. I'm going to get like this shiny gold one so you could see here. You could just attach the bulb pin to the bottom of the paper clip with the dangle on it, and that would not be a problem. So if you don't have an eyelet setter or all of that stuff, you could just put it on there like that, put your dangle on there, and, you know, maybe make it 3/4 of an inch longer. So either way, it will work. It just didn't work like I intended, and so I wanted to share that little update with you in case you were watching. So there we go. So now it's all fixed. It's all ready. We've got our paper clips done, and I will see you guys next time. Bye again. Bye-bye.